Live.
All right, we're live again.
All right. Give us this when we hit 20.
Okay.
Talking to Jamil, he's our tech man. He's also our grip. He does a video, cameraman.
Hey, you just went live. I got a notification that you went live on your YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
And it says, what is pack responsibility?
Wow, what a question. What a question. Yeah, so pack responsibility.
For those that haven't heard of it,
That would be everybody.
because it's not a regularly used term.
Not by dog trainers, no.
Well, what about security dog trainers?
Guard dog trainers, and yes.
Okay. So it's
All 8 of us are still alive.
so it's more of a niche. Niche?
Yeah, niche, yeah.
Group of people.
Yeah, it's a smaller group that use it. Everybody, all the dog trainers that get dogs to bite, they're using prey drive and defense drive.
Sunday drive?
Sunday drive they do after Saturday, yes.
Okay.
Depending on how much they have on Saturday night.
So you just said prey drive, defense drive. How many drives are there?
3.
Wait, you only said 2 there.
There's 3 altogether. There's 2 you use in dog training, and I know, and some of you boys are gonna comment, what about pack drive and hunt drive and four-wheel drive, well, it doesn't exist. There's 3 scientific drives, and you use all mammals have them. I'm trying to make this a lesson on drives here, boys. I want might get off the topic here a little bit. So you got sex drive, prey drive, and defense drive.
Okay.
Prey drive and defense is what we use for training, security dogs.
Yes, sir.
Sex drive, we don't use training security dogs, and if you do, you might get arrested. So,
yeah, you can't do that in Texas.
no, you can't do that. That's right. So, and the reason I say there's only 3 drives is because it's a scientific term, and we learned it when Schutzen, when Germans first came over here and started teaching us about Schutzen. Before that, we just had guard dog training.
Okay.
And you're already familiar. You studied some of the history of that and talked to Mr. Kohler.
Mr. Kohler. Great book. I actually read it.
So that's one more book than Donald Trump's ever read. Don't write any folks. So that's what we did in America. We did guard dogs.
Yes, sir.
And then when the Germans came over, they started introducing these scientific things. And the reason, and I know there's a gazillion people use the word drive on everything that has to do with dogs. He's got water drive. He's got food drive. No, food drive is hungry. It has nothing to do with the drive. Okay, and we'll do one on drives. Maybe the next podcast, I'll explain that more in detail. But prey drive you use to get a dog to want to bite something. That's prey, E-P-R-E-Y, not A-Y.
Okay.
That's to get them, like they'll naturally chase prey. That's how puppies learn to, feed themselves.
Yes, sir.
Defense is when you see something and the hair on the back of your neck stands up because you're scared,
Yes, sir.
right? And you've got 2 choices, fight or flight. So when we use defense, we use it to teach the dog to choose the fight side rather than the flight side. Because prey makes the dog want to bite, and defense makes the dog bite hard.
So, can you use both?
You should use both. You should use both. Because, especially since we're training younger dogs, here we go on drives instead of stuff, but this is good. Prey drive also builds confidence.
Yes, sir.
And so, people think, well, that dog's scary looking, I bet it. But, think of it from the dog's point of view. Yeah, we look at him and go, oh, he's got teeth in his mouth and they're pointed and they're really sharp and but he's looking at us and going, Jesus, that dude's like 3 times taller than me, outweighs me by 4 times.
Stands on 2 legs.
Yeah. So, and they've got a natural inhibition that's fighting humans anyway. So, as we use the prey drive to get their confidence up, make them want to go out and chase something down, But they don't bite hard in prey drive. They don't have to, because you don't have to just, if you got a rabbit in your mouth, you don't have to just really crunch it, right?
Yes, sir.
So the defense is what makes it, that's when grizzly bears coming into the den, and you got to bite on the kneecap to run it off. You want to make sure that that one bite counts, and you crush it, right? So those are the two drives, and those are the things we get from each drive to start training the dog to be violent.
So, how does the pack responsibility apply to the drives or the security dogs? How does the pack responsibility come
Okay.
into play?
You hear a lot of people say, well, I got a German Shepherd, I got a Doberman, and it's a natural protector, right?
So they should do it automatically,
Right, they'll automatically do that.
without no training,
No training,
never expose them.
they're good to go.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Because they paid the money for the puppy, and they imported it, and they got the pedigree, and the dad did this, and the mom did this.
And the breeder told them that.
And that's fact, so you don't have to do nothing else.
There's one problem. Nature and science.
That's two.
That's two. Excuse me, we got two problems. Thank you for correcting me on that. You're a good mathematician.
And you know, add 1 plus 1.
Yeah.
Don't get any big numbers though. No big numbers. That's why we train dogs.
That's fine. So here's the problem with the natural protector. Remember what I said? So this is where pack responsibility comes in. Dogs know when someone's threatening their pack. Now, are they responsible enough to protect the pack? We hope.
Mm-hmm.
The problem comes in this. Remember what I said about defense drive? That's when a dog's serious. That's when he feels like there's a threat to him, his pack, or the old scientific term for what I call pack, or the scientific term for what I call pack responsibility is territorial. Dogs are territorial, okay?
Okay.
So if they're worried about their territory or their pack, they're going to defend it. And what do you get in defense? You have two choices, right?
Fight or flight.
Fight or flight. And in nature, unlike in the human mind only, there's no dishonor in flight. The idea is not to stand up to somebody who's attacking you and kick his tail. The idea is to survive.
Yes, sir.
Period. So you have the natural protector dog, and he sees, oh, they're kicking in the front door, and they got, they're screaming and hollering, and they got big old sticks in their hand, and they're gonna, so come on, family, let's get the high heck out of here. He just chose flight. And in that dog's mind, that's the right thing to do. And family should follow him.
Okay.
So he just did protection left to his own needs.
So you're saying even with the natural protectors and the dog that's been bred to do the security work still needs assistance in just figuring out what their pack responsibility is, or what you would like their pack responsibility is?
They know that they know they're responsible for their pack. That's where they get these reputations as natural guardians.
Okay.
But unfortunately, in an untrained dog's mind, he has two choices: fight or flight. And you don't know which one that dog's gonna pick.
You better not hope. You better hope to figure it out, right?
Yeah. And there's yet another problem, but let's look at this. What we do when we train is we start giving the dog, we put him in stressful situations. As his training's advanced, we put in a little more stress. You're great at adding stress to the dogs. And as you add a little bit of stress, they fight and they win.
Yes, sir.
You add a little bit more stress, you use your whip that you're cracking and popping, and they get more, actually they get competitive after a point. But until they reach that point, what you're doing, Stan, is you bring them along with a little more stress, and they fight instead of flight. And it works. You run away. So you build that like that, giving them a little more stress, a little more stress, a little more stress, until finally, the only choice they're gonna make when they hear your command or when someone makes a threat, which is where pack responsibility really comes in, because they don't even need a command. But when that happens, they're now going to pick the flight over the fight every time, because it's always been successful.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to you don't have to. Some dogs will choose fight over fight. But you don't know if it's your dog or not until somebody's,
And That's not when you want to find out if he gonna go.
That's right.
So would you say some dogs are more competitive than other dogs?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think a lot of what we call, what they use the term high drive, which means more drive than another whatever dog's got. Every animal has prey drive. Every mammal has prey drive, defense, and sex drive. It's here and everywhere. You can't change. It's like you got to color your eyes. I don't care what you do, you ain't gonna change the color of your eyes.
Yeah.
You know, you sit and stare at the sun all day long because you want white eyes, and that's all you're gonna get is white eyes. You're not gonna see very well, but you're gonna have the right. You know, you can't change that. What I believe happens is, first off, the energy level. You breed dogs to have more energy. The Malinois, which is famous for drive, high drive, all that's happened is they bred the dogs that whose pituitary spits out adrenaline the quickest.
Yeah.
Takes a little stimulus and adrenaline just pumps in them. That's, you know, a little bit of prey drive with a lot of adrenaline. Now you got what people call high drive. Simple as that. But you also get competitiveness. You know, you have some, and a lot of the males, of course, the adrenaline's going so hard they may not be thinking, but a lot of the males are very competitive dogs.
Yeah.
Rots are just real competitive. If you get one that they want something, remember the first number one rule of the dog world is, if it's in my mouth, it's mine. So you get these dogs that, Bart's a good example, that when he gets it, it's his. And when you start fighting him, he likes it. You know? Yeah. It's like, you know, like they say, don't ever wrestle with a pig. You get dirty and the pig likes it. So that's where the competitiveness comes in. And for people that don't think animals can be competitive, go on YouTube, look up 1973 Triple Crown, and look at a horse called Secretariat. You know, he set a record in every track that he raced in. His time in the Belmont, the last one, will never be equal, ever. And the jockey never took out his whip and had to tap him. He just said, you know, he felt like he wanted to run that day, and I turned him loose, and it's the most jaw-dropping horse experience race anyone's ever seen. He wanted to win. And it's clear. They said that when the cameras would click, he'd turn and look at it. Dogs are the same way. They want to win. If it's in my mouth, it's mine, and you can't take it away from me. And the more you try to take it away, the harder I'm going to fight.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So
another question. So pack responsibility, they have that from birth. So at 6-week-old puppy, you should be able to do protection work, right? If they haven't been bred for it, or their parents do it. And
I know where you're going with this.
That's, you know, they should just do it, right? We can get any dog to be a defender. Any age, right?
You bet you at any age they can do it. And when I was doing calculus in the first grade, by God, I dare anybody to come out calculate me.
So
that's a good one, though. I like the way you got that in.
Lost train of thought because I was laughing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Is age? Where does the age come in to a good security dog?
All right, same place it comes in with us. You can teach him games. It's like I tell everyone who comes up who brings a puppy. I know you're talking about old people who call us. How you train all your protection dogs? Yeah, I want to know this. Yeah, I need to know that. I need to know the other. I need this and that and that. And about 20-minute phone call, and then we say, okay, what kind of dog you got? Well, I got a male Rottweiler. Oh, great. Well, how old is he? He's 5 weeks old.
When can we start? When can we bring him in?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, for all you folks out there just getting your first puppy, you want to start your training right now. Here's the way it works. There's games you can play with a puppy when he's old enough to actually chase things and grab them. Let's give him a chance to get like 8 weeks, 10 weeks old.
Yeah.
It's just like if your kid got bullied at school and you came home and said, Daddy. Well, Daddy might take you and enroll you in a karate class. Builds your confidence, makes you want to stand up, makes you not afraid to stand up to the bullies. So we can take young dogs and start playing various tug games with them. Of course, you're gonna socialize with them around the world, that's the most important thing you can do. We're gonna start playing these little tug of war games with them and make sure they always win. Always win. And we'll make them fight a little harder, a little harder, a little harder. Now, when they reach that age where they can actually take stress of a real life fight, that's when we start adding the stress. But we've already found out and probably enhanced their competitiveness, so they're used to winning. They're gonna fight even harder to continue to win. Okay?
Yes, sir.
That's better than just high drive that's crazy and with eyes rolled back in the head. It's a dog who's putting his heart and soul into being the winner. So at what age? At that age, we start adding stress like you do. We start making it a real fight. How do you know when that is? Real simple. Same way you know when you're ready. You know, like Mike Tyson, favorite topic of ours. Gus D'Amato had him, adopted him when he's 14.
Yeah, I think 13, 14, he was young.
Yeah. And they was boxing, but they had all the protective gear, kind of like a game. He didn't put him in the ring to fight somebody for real until he was 17 or 18. Until puberty passes.
I don't know what happened after that.
The rest is history, as they say.
Yep.
So your dog is going to be the same way. When they pass puberty, that's when they're getting the hormones that make them want to stand there grabbing. Prior to that, as a puppy, they're going to choose flight every time. You don't want to be doing serious work with a puppy at that when they're at that stage, because they're going to always pick the flight over the fight. That's going to be what his work for them.
And you can ruin a good dog by that.
Yep.
Ron, when you were talking about the young pup getting more competitive. I don't know if you remember us in that other yard. We had a young Western Shepherd pup. I want to say he was like 14, 15 weeks old, and we were playing some sack game with him. A young pup named Cody, and we had sacks, and we were messing with him, and I was making him miss, and raising his competitive nature. And he said, "Forget that sack. I'm gonna go after you."
Yeah.
He jumped up and bit me on my.
Get you out of the back. Funny you say that. I had somebody write a letter the other day. I said, "I saw your training. I saw that puppy nail that guy, and I want to."
Yeah.
So what was your question about that?
We were just raising a little competitive because he was so used to getting it, and I was making him miss to.
That's it.
And he took it into his own hands. Said, "You're gonna make me miss. I'm gonna make sure I don't miss."
Yep.
And then 5 months later, we take that pup and we take him to elementary school, do an obedience routine with a group of kids, and he's perfect. And now he has 10 acres down here a little south of us with a very nice family and living a good life.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I mean. See, he could think. He wouldn't just. He literally. You were dodging, not letting him get his toy, and he just said, "Well, I know how to get a mouthful of something," and he bypassed the toy to nail you.
Yes.
That's not high drive, as people would normally call it. That's a dog who's competitive and is cool enough to be thinking in the middle of a fight. You talk to any boxing coach, any MMA fighter, Dana White himself, and he'll tell you the last thing he'll do is go in the ring angry, because you can't think, right? Same thing applies to dogs in the fight, in my opinion.
Dan Rhodes, who has that pup Maverick, officer of Coco, he texted me today and he said, "Maverick has figured out that my hand is attached to the sack, and if he bites me in the hand or the arm, I drop the sack and he gets his prize."
So no, Western Shepherd, by the way.
So
With an officer down in Florida.
A very intelligent dog. He said, "The little shit's very smart." So the breeding is going.
Anyway, so there's a whole lot of stuff you can chew on here. Tell your friends, because this is probably a different way of looking at security dogs than most people think about. That's one reason we call them security dogs, because that's what they're for. They're for security if you train them right.
So before we wrap it up, so if a dog doesn't jump right out there and do it, most people would say that dog doesn't have the drive to do it. So what is your take on that? You can teach them the responsibility in it. You have to work more in defense than you do prey drive, because they're going to be taking it more.
Right. If you use those two drives, I mean, hundreds of dogs have we trained since you've been here?
Yeah.
And how many have failed to do it?
It's hard to remember. Rare. Maybe 2, 3.
I can think of 2. In both cases, the dogs are just too young. So if you manipulate those 2 drives, so here it is. Here's the definition of a drive. It's an involuntary response to a specific stimulus. If we do the thing on drives, this is my favorite story. So here's how it works. Think of sex drive, right? Mm-hmm. If Jamil goes to the girly club and the girlies are kind of getting close and dancing, and he got dollar bills in his hand, there's going to be an involuntary response, right?
Yeah.
Period.
That money's gonna start flying out.
Yeah, that's the voluntary response. But there's going to be an involuntary response. Mm-hmm. Now, if instead of that girl up there dancing in her little almost nothings, if there's a 900-pound gorilla up there dancing, Jamil ain't gonna have the same response, is he?
I would hope not.
Yeah, we hope not. We hope not. And if you do, don't tell us, Jamil.
Yeah.
So, drives are involuntary. They can't help it. If you put the right stimulus in front of them, if you know how to make a sack bounce like a bunny rabbit, you want to get out there? The dog cannot help himself. He will respond. The only time you have exceptions is if you have dogs who are not properly socialized as puppies and they're just too timid. So, yeah, if you use those 2 drives, you've seen, we've trained Jack Russells to do crotch bites. We've got a mixed breed of whatever out here that showed up and was scared to walk behind her handler every time they came out of the car.
Yep.
If you know how to use the drives, they're involuntary, there's not a thought to it, and the dog literally can't help it. It's a reflex. Think of them as a reflex. You just you have to know how to make the right moves to bring it out in that dog. Simple as that.
And then it's a conditioned response after that.
After that, it's conditioned response. They'll always do it. They'll always react. And then if you build up their competitiveness like you did with Cody, then you're gonna have a dog who's gonna go for it to really win it. And then if this dog has enough pack responsibility, whether he's given a command or not, if someone crosses a line coming into his house, into his territory, or raising their voice, they're gonna just automatically defend their pack, and you don't have to worry about them taking flight. So.
Because they know they're gonna win.
They know they're gonna win, so. We didn't bore all you Cocker Spaniel owners too badly.
But the Goldens, we didn't have our Golden with us today, but she'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back with Golden Retriever here pretty soon, and check with us next week. We'll have something we hope you'll either enjoy or be informed by.
And if you have any questions, if you want to hear a topic, say something.
Let us know. We're looking for material every day.
And remember, if you ain't having fun,
you ain't training dogs.